Ladies and gentlemen, wonderful people, this is Call of Duty fanatics. Welcome back to another XDefiant video. It's been a long time, guys, but I took a deserved break from Call of Duty. Black Ops 6 beta, thank God, is finally over, so there's nothing to report about. Warzone is dog water at the moment, same goes for the Modern Warfare 3, so Activision developers already gave up on Season 6. Content is absolutely ridiculous that we are gonna receive. Yeah, we will have a Halloween event, but that's nothing compared to the Halloween events we had in Verdansk and Verdansk 84. So today, guys, we are still not gonna go too far away from Call of Duty and Activision, because we are diving deep into the brewing conflict between Ubisoft's XDefiant and Activision Call of Duty.
The game, Mrs. Hudson, is on.
With XDefiant's recent problems with the popularity, Activision has reportedly been going all out to undermine Ubisoft's grand ambitions with this new arena shooter. But here's the kicker, guys. Their efforts to sabotage XDefiant aren't working. In fact, they're failing miserably.
Trash.
So let's break down exactly what's happening, why it matters, and why Activision's attempts to bury XDefiant may end up backfiring massively. Activision has held a strong grip on the first-person shooter market for over a decade, largely thanks to Call of Duty. However, XDefiant has emerged as a serious contender, offering something fresh. It's fast-paced, skill-based, and doesn't rely on the heavily criticized skill-based matchmaking system, or SBMM.
Are you serious?
That has frustrated Call of Duty players since forever. With players seeking a different experience, Activision is clearly feeling threatened. But instead of focusing on improving their own games, they seem to be targeting XDefiant in an effort to silence the competition.
Trash.
Rumors of backdoor tactics have surfaced, with claims that Activision is pulling out all the stops to hinder XDefiant's potential success. This ranges from shadowy legal threats to public campaigns, yet despite all of that, XDefiant continues to exist and to have a solid player base.
What the fuck, bro?
Recent leaks have suggested that Activision has been ramping up its effort to kill off XDefiant before it gains further attention. Insiders allege that Activision has been applying pressure on streamers and influencers to avoid covering XDefiant, threatening partnerships, or even blacklist them for future events if they're there to support Ubisoft's new shooter. And I'm not surprised of these tactics, because their pig-ignorant managers are absolutely disgraceful. They're disgrace for the whole franchise. But here's where Activision's tactics start to fall apart. The gaming community is not as naive as it used to be. Leaks and rumors spread like wildfire, and when word gets out about these strong-arm tactics, it only fueled support for XDefiant. Players rallied behind the game, eager to support a fresh alternative to the heavily commercialized Call of Duty.
Trash.
One of the most telling signs that Activision's plan is backfiring is how many streamers and influencers have begun speaking out about XDefiant. Despite the alleged pressure from Activision, more and more high-profile content creators are choosing to cover XDefiant, praising it for its lack of SBMM, fair matchmaking, and the absence of predatory microtransactions that have plagued Call of Duty for years. And guys, there's another thing as well. I'm listening to stories and stories and stories how XDefiant does not have a movement. Look at this gameplay that I'm having over here. There is a movement. You just have to learn how to move yourself. And it's not like with Call of Duty, oh yeah, I'm just gonna pick my favorite skin and I'm gonna run around like a maniac, headless chicken, and I'm just gonna slide cancel everybody and kill everybody. No, you have to pick a certain characters, a certain factions, because every faction has different abilities. And that's all the point. You just need to invest yourself in a game in order to find all the beauty of this game in particular. These influencers know their audience wants something different, and XDefiant offers that. Activision's attempts to silence influencers only exposed their depression, causing more players to shift their attention away from Call of Duty and onto XDefiant. The conversation is shifting, and it's not in Activision's favor, definitely, especially now with the farce of Black Ops 6 beta period, which they already said it's the best beta they ever had, which is a complete lie, guys. They always said every year, whatever game they release, they will say it's the best beta we ever had. It's the best testing period we have. It's the most number of players they have. They're just phony company with the pig ignorant managers who only worry about money and nothing else. SBMM and EOMM, guys, in this game, not existing at all. I have less than 8 hours of play in XDefiant, and this round that you're watching, I actually had 29 kills and 7 deaths.
You serious?
What's that for a KD? It's nearly 3, isn't it? So explain me, how can somebody who is rarely playing this game be that good in the game? So something is wrong. But that means actually that the game is not rigged. And I had luck with the lobbies. Yeah, you can end up in a completely miserable lobbies where you will be roasted completely. But again, that does not kill the fun in the game, because you play against people who are, let's say, level 500, and you can really see that there's some skill over there. While in Call of Duty, your experience is rigged. If you've been paying attention to the gaming community, it's clear that Activision's reputation has taken some serious hits over the years. From the controversy surrounding microtransactions to the infamous skill-based matchmaking system, many players have had enough of Activision's business practices, which are absolutely not going in favor of consumer. XDefiant, on the other hand, is being seen as a breath of fresh air, and it is indeed. It's not trying to milk its players with overpriced cosmetics or rigged matchmaking, and that's what's pushing so many players to support it, especially now that they see Activision actively trying to tear it down. The more Activision fights XDefiant, the more it cements Ubisoft's shooter as the underdog everyone is rooting for. And the theory is simple here, guys. Why is Activision still worried with XDefiant if this game is failing? Just ask yourselves, what's the problem? And the problem is because this game offers something different, a bit different experience, especially not having the SBMM and EOMM, which Activision is holding to like it's end of the days. What Activision fails to realize is that the gamers are tired of the corporate greed, pig-ignorant managers, tired of games being built around microtransactions instead of fun, and tired of feeling like they're being manipulated through algorithms and matchmaking systems designed to frustrate them into spending more money. XDefiant, on the other hand, is positioning itself as a player-first game where skill and fun matters more than squeezing money out of players. This rift between Activision and its player base is only growing, and XDefiant continued success is a testament to that. Activision's campaign against the games is failing because players are craving something authentic, something that isn't blatant cash grab. The truth is, Activision can't bully its way out of this one. Gamers today are more vocal and organized than ever before. They can see through corporate manipulation, and they aren't afraid to call it out. XDefiant has already captured the attention of a large portion of the FPS community, and no amount of pressure from Activision will stop that momentum. And yes, XDefiant has its problems, but it also has a lot of potential. In fact, every attempt by Activision to undermine XDefiant only gives the game more publicity. The Streisand effect is in full swing, guys. The more Activision tries to suppress XDefiant, the more attention it gets. And as players flock to try it out, many are finding that it's a legitimate alternative to Call of Duty. And it is. Looking ahead, it's clear that XDefiant has the potential to shake up the entire first-person shooter landscape. Ubisoft is positioning it as a competitive and casual-friendly shooter, and players are responding positively. Meanwhile, Activision is scrambling to protect its turf, but their aggressive tactics are falling short. The future of FPS games could look very different if XDefiant continues to grow and thrive. Activision's stronghold on the genre is weakening, and XDefiant is showing the industry that players want more than just the same recycled game every year. They want innovation, fairness, and fun. In conclusion, Activision's brutal campaign against XDefiant is not only failing, but it's also backfiring spectacularly. Players are waking up to the reality of Activision's corporate greed, and they are supporting XDefiant as a refreshing alternative to the Call of Duty franchise. As the battle between these two giants continues, it's clear that Activision is losing the support of the gaming community, and XDefiant is emerging as a game that could change the landscape of FPS games forever. And I'm sincerely having my fingers crossed that this is going to happen. Anyways guys, that would be all for today's video. Please let me know in the comment section below, do you play XDefiant and have you ever tried it, and are you willing to try it? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for future great gaming news. XDefiant, Call of Duty and many more FPS games are to come on this channel. So until next time, my fellow Verdansk citizens, I wish you all the best and stay frosty.